Welcome to the 7th episode of our podcast. Today I'm joined by Natalia Aguilera Lopez. She's been here in Czech Republic for the past 8 years and she's joined us today to talk about her current art in the Use It map Ostrava, a map for young travelers. We also have some history with her because she's joined us for the Expats and Locals 2023. This is Expat Episodes, when new stories begin. I'm Martin, your host, and I'll be guiding you through the stories of expats in the Czech Republic. So, hello Natalia, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, back.
How are you? You good?
Yeah, just a little bit hot, but it's summer. So
Yeah, it is.
That's normal.
Yeah, it's super hot, so I feel that. But hopefully we can survive through today's episode. So maybe can you introduce yourself to me, please?
Right. So my name is Natalia Aguilera Lopez. Just in case somebody doesn't know about Latin American culture, Aguilera Lopez are both last names. My name is Natalia, and Aguilera Lopez is last name from dad and mom. I'm a graphic designer, illustrator, animator, and now also a QA tester. I am from Colombia. I was born at the end of the 80s, beginning of 90s, like literally 89. So I don't know. So beginning of 90s, December actually. So, and I study graphic design in Bogota in the National University. I worked for 3 years in publicity and in a TV channel. Then I got a scholarship to come here to Czech Republic. I studied Czech for 8 months. I then did a bachelor degree in animation in Ostravská univerzita, and then a master's degree in animation also in Zlín. Then I came back, and I work for Amazon. I met the Expat Center, and I work for Amazon, and now I'm working for a Czech company as a QA tester.
I guess you started off studying graphic design, illustration, animation, and stuff. And how did you get to QA testing? Because it's like two different things, right?
Yes, they're very different. I mean, kind of like, I think if you look close enough, everything is connected. So I would say that as a graphic designer, I have to have like a keen eye and open eyes to see details, right? Like because once it goes print, if you go for print, then it's done. That's it. Like you cannot fix it. So and in QA tester, I'm like the last step before it goes to the user. So if it goes through my eyes and I don't see the mistake, it can be a typo or it can be like a usability situation, then it goes to the user. So I see it like it's different but not so different. And how I got there, that was the question. My boyfriend, he's a developer, and I just thought that his life is quite sweet. You know, like his employers are very decent, and he has a nice perks of his job, and it looked quite interesting. So I took a 3 months course on Python. I found it interesting, and I thought, okay, do I have the brain for developer? Maybe not. Do I have the brain for testing? Yes. Like, I mean, I'm not dumb by any way, but I'm not a technical person. So I decided to try testing, and I got a job, and that's what I'm doing.
You said you are non-technical person, but you do QA testing. So would you say it is possible for people who are interested in this line of job to start doing it if they go through the course?
I mean, I think everybody's road is different. I mean, I'm not a technical person by education, but I think like if you go to IT and you keep the mindset that I'm not a technical person, you will not make it. So I'm not a technical person by education, but I am open for learning, and I'm quite happy, you know, like going to places that I've never been before, like. I don't know, like look at the back end, you know, what might be there, or look at the front end, what could be there. And so it is possible, you just need to accept that there will be some technical demands that you need to cover. Yes, you just need to be open, you know, like not stay like, oh, I'm blocked, I cannot do it, because you will not.
Definitely.
But it is possible, yes.
staying open to new opportunities, such
Yes.
as was the one to leave Colombia and come study to Ostrava, right?
Yes, exactly.
How did that happen? Like, how did you decide you don't want to be in Colombia anymore and that you want to come here?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm a bad Colombian, and I kind of always wanted to leave, and I didn't know how. All I knew is that I like academia, so I wanted to go through education, and so I was working in the day. I was by then working in a seasonal decoration company. You know, like somebody has to do the decorations for Christmas or Halloween for malls. So I was working on that. I was doing the designs, and I was looking. And so I was working in the day, and at night I was looking for scholarships. And I found this one from the Ministry of Youth and Sports from Czech Republic. And I did the exams, I did the interviews, I got it, and I came.
So, how did you like Czech Republic? Were you like, oh, I don't really like this? Did you wanted to leave? I guess not, right?
I mean, I think everybody at the beginning and it's not about Czech, it's about any country. When you leave everything you have known, you know, your family, your friends, the food, even if like I was not full happy, it was still my comfort zone. So I think everybody initially is hard, especially like I speak English and Spanish, but I did not speak any Czech when I came, so I was isolated from everything, and it was hard. And of course, I was not happy, and it took me a while to be happy, but I am happy right now. Yes, I mean I'm at peace, I would say.
Good.
Yes.
Did you say, or would you say that learning Czech helped you through that, or was it like through meeting some people, or?
Learning Czech for sure, to be able to explain what is in my head, just basic day-to-day interactions. Yeah, it's very important. I mean, some people manage. I'm a very verbal person, so if I were not able to communicate in the place where I live, it would be very hard. So language help for sure.
So you came here to study university then. I guess you were hanging out with your university buddies and stuff, right? Because I guess students do speak English, no?
Some,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
good.
yes, yes.
And during your studies, did you work on some interesting art projects or?
I could speak about my diplomova práce in master's degree. That was nice. I did something called Spooky Cakes, and it was a series based on like monsters from Colombian folklore, like which Colombia has many of them. They have this kind of like teaching intention, you know, like so. Oh, don't go to the river. Like scare the kids. Don't go next to the river because they might drown. So how create a monster that lives in the river, so they don't go
I
there.
see.
So they have a teaching reason behind it. And I wanted to use these monsters, which I love. I love I love horror, and I like I like folklore. So I was developing a series for kids based on these monsters, and there was a chance of making it, you know, like really developing, you know, not beyond the concept art, but it did not go through. Yeah, but it was very nice, just to dream. Yeah, and to do the illustrations and to create these characters, and we managed to develop like 3 episodes in script, and so it was very nice.
So it never got published, or?
No, it never got published. I mean, I guess there was or is, I don't know, a studio interested, and based on the contract, they own it. So if they at some point want to develop it, then I guess it will be developed, but it's on them. Yeah,
I
it's
see.
the production process.
Not being in the field, it's really hard to maybe understand some sort of topics or like things like you create or you design some sort of little series, mini series for children. Somebody buys it and they decide not to publish it. What would be the reason?
I mean, the thing is, they buy it, but they also need to find investors. So they can go around trying to find, because animation is expensive, and yeah, you just need money. So I don't know. I guess they are still trying to find the money, or maybe they're not. We haven't been in contact lately. So, but yeah, you need investors to be able to develop it.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, you're very talented, right? You're a award holder for your work, no?
I mean, yes. I won a few just just like small awards for animation, a few also things for illustration. Yeah, like it was with Spooky Cakes, the series. I got some support from this Lean Fund. I'm not sure. I don't remember the name right now. But yeah, I got some economical support from them. That was nice, like a sign of trust in my job, in my work.
Building up on your art career, right? Here in Ostrava specifically. Maybe we can talk about expats and locals, right? Because
Yes.
it's not that long ago since it last happened. We had the second year of it. Did you attend the second year?
No. I wanted, but I was. I mean, I did go. I checked what our artist colleagues are doing, but I did not go to the opening. I was not in Ostrava,
I see.
but I did go. I did see the
Unfortunately,
what
because
my
you were exhibitor at the very first exhibition, right? So,
yes.
what did you think?
I mean, it personally it was very nice in the sense that I got to do a recap of what I've done in the last few years. So there was some things that I did maybe when I arrived here, so 8 years ago. So it was like I don't know a little pieces of everything that I've done. So it was nice to see how everything like like when you make a map and you put things next to each other like a mood board, and then I say like, okay, this is my mood board of my last 8 years. So it was very nice. Of course, this is something only I saw because I know myself and I know what I've done. So personally, it was very nice to see it
Yeah.
exhibited, and everybody's very talented. It was very nice to see what other artists are doing.
So
For sure.
you just mentioned a map, so that plays into my card because I can ask you about your most recent, I guess, artwork or
Yes,
your
yes.
most recent contribution to the UCID map of Strava. So please tell me about it.
So should I explain what the USED map is?
Yes, for sure. Go for
Okay,
it.
so the USED map is a European organization. They do maps with with tips from locals. So it's a map from locals for the people that are visiting the city, and it's completely free. And it's I don't know how often it's done. I know that in here in Ostrava we did it 2 years ago, and now we're doing a new one. And I knew the USED map before I worked with them. I had like five USED maps of different cities, and it was something I wanted to do. I actually contacted them like 2 years ago by Facebook, like, okay, thinking of what if the work is not coming to me, I will go to them. Like if the mountain doesn't come, you go to the mountain. So I was thinking, okay, I would like to do a USED map. So I contacted the USED map through Facebook, and I was like, hey, are you thinking of doing a new one for Ostrava specifically? And I don't remember if they answered back or if they were like very polite, like, oh, I don't know, maybe. I don't remember. But anything, it didn't came up. And then now I was contacted again by the expat center to do it. And I think it's like a circle, like it just took 2 years
Yeah.
to happen. But I'm very happy that I got to do something I actively was looking for to do. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, because I guess it also gives you a purpose of some sorts because you're contributing to increasing the perception of Ostrava in the eyes of travelers, right? So
Yes,
yeah,
for sure. And it was something. It was nice doing this map is that I was not aware. I mean, it's not like Ostrava is the greenest place, but it's greener than I thought. Like watching the map and seeing all these green spaces was eye-opening.
so it also helps you realize as somebody who's been living here for past 8 years what we really have.
I mean, let's say that in Ostrava, like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay.
But yes, for sure. And I was, of course, like if I am doing the map, I will read what the local tips were, and many of them I did not know. So even me, I guess by now I can say I'm a local. So by now, even I am learning new stuff.
So are you planning on like going to some of the locations that you
Yes,
were?
yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
good.
yes, for sure. But I want to go with the map.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to go with my map and like do like this, you know, like in the movies with the newspaper.
Yeah.
So I want to use the map.
So what's like on top of your bucket list right now? Do you know or you want to share it?
I don't have it to the top
Okay.
of my head, to be honest.
Um,
I mean, I remember just the name, the aviary, or there's a place with butterflies, maybe.
yeah,
That's
definitely.
amazing. I
Yeah.
didn't know. I would like to go there.
Do you have anything else you would like to share about like the USIT map? Like, do you have any fuck ups or any stories you'd like to share in
With the
regards to
user
that?
map,
Yeah.
I guess it's just, I mean, it's not specific to the user map, but to every work. Like, no matter how many reads you do, there's always a typo. It's just so frustrating. Like, I would send it, and then, oh, by the way, we found this. Like, I check it over and over, and still there are typos or like badly separated words. It's a never ending, and it's just 2 pages. You know, it's not a book, and still.
Yeah, but I guess it's like very very dense, no? Like
Yeah, there's a lot of
there's a lot
text.
of text and images, so you know sometimes.
Yeah, and it's 2 maps, to
Yeah.
be honest. So it's English and in Czech. I mean, in Czech, I'm not checking for typos, but I'm checking at least that the words are correctly cut,
Yeah.
cropped.
Yeah, definitely. So it reads better, yeah. And like you know what, like when people are doing a pub crawls, you know, really holding their maps and they barely can see the letters after like visiting one or two pubs. So
It's a lot of text.
definitely. So yeah, when you came here to Ostrava, because you know right now you are contributing to making Ostrava a better place for tourists or things like that. How do you like Ostrava yourself? Like, is there something in particular that you like about Ostrava, like Komenského sady, or you know the public transport maybe?
Actually, yes. I mean, okay, can I say just Czech Republic is not something specific to Ostrava. I
Definitely, yeah.
love how good the transportation is. Just it's on time, especially on winter. Like you don't want to be freezing outside, waiting half an hour, and you see the screen and it says 5 minutes, and it's not 5 minutes, it's 1 hour. But in here is on time, so I see my phone and I run and I catch. It's very nice to be in a place that is on time. Yes, and it's 24 hours. Maybe not. Maybe the buses and the trams are not as often. They don't pass as often as in the day, but it's 24 hours, and that's also quite nice.
Yeah, that's good. So it was the same in Zlín then when you studied
Yes,
there.
yes.
I see.
I mean, the thing is that Zelin is so small that I was usually walking, so I cannot speak about the transportation in Zelin. I can speak about the one in Prague. That it's also very on the clock. It's very nice. Yeah.
Maybe if I can go or circle back to the very very beginning when you were talking about
There's
the
also another thing I like about Ostrava, but it's just it's it's so empty. You know, I appreciate quietness and silence, and Ostrava is just so empty. Like the weekends come, and it's like nobody lives here.
it
I
it
like that.
does seem like that, you know, like people leave because you know we are a nation of people who like to go to cottages on the
Yes,
weekend,
I
you know,
know
like
that.
take care of our gardens and stuff, or maybe go to the pool because like it's really hot today. um
And I noticed that from the moment I came here, like, I mean, I've been on Tinder, and all the pictures of all the guys were doing some sport. I was like, what is this? Watch a movie, read a book. Yeah, but yeah, it's a country of people that like the outdoors. Yeah.
Good. So now, straight back to the very beginning, I really liked how you pointed out to the cultural difference that your name is like Natalia Aguilera Lopez. I'm sorry for my
No, it's
pronunciation,
perfect.
but I really like the fact that you stressed that it's Aguilera Lopez, not just Aguilera, right? So have you noticed any other cultural differences while living in the Czech Republic that are worth mentioning?
Oh, the noise. The noise in Colombia is big. Everything, even nature is loud. Like the birds and the frogs and all of them are making noise. Everything is loud. Here is even the birds are like beep, 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 beep. Like they want to be considerate to the neighbors. It's quite nice. Transportation again, it's quite safe. I like that. Mm, I have to say that I like Colombian food better. Yeah. Um, Also, like Czech Republic, I would say it's of course it's different and there are different cultural and everything among inside Czech Republic, but it's quite homogeneous. Even I mean, Czech Republic is not that big, right? So you will not see like a lot of different climates and desert and mountain and sea, right? Which Colombia is a 48 million or maybe more population, and it's quite big country. So you have jungle and mountain and different kinds of weather and fauna and flora. So it's interesting, you know. Like here, everything is quite homogeneous.
Thanks for sharing that. And like the thing with Ostrava is that like it's the I guess third biggest city, right?
Yeah.
So there's definitely more options for like international cuisine than in like smaller cities, right? So I guess that's good if you wanna, you know, have a taste of something more spicy or more similar to your home, you know.
I mean, I don't know everything. Maybe the issue is with me that I don't know it. But there's nothing really close to like South American. I have not found that. I know that there's El Comedor and there's Capolitas, but that's Mexican. It's not they're very and I don't know how Mexican. I mean, I don't know about El Comedor, but like Capolitas is a fast food
Yeah,
chain. It's
definitely.
not Mexican.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, like so. Yeah, I cannot find anything really Colombian or South Americanish
So
in
were you
here.
thinking of starting a business here? Because you know you would have no competition, right?
I wish, but I like more eating than cooking.
I
Yeah, so
see.
maybe it's not for me. You have to do what you find passion in.
So for you, it's art and QA testing.
Yes, art and finding bugs. Yes.
And do you have any other like stuff you like doing in your free time? If you have any free time, because
Yes. I like painting, of course. I mean, that's art. Okay, maybe everything is related to art. Like I like movies. I really like movies. I like series. I like reading. I just renew my library card. I like what else? I like nature. I like yoga. Yoga is very nice.
so is movies and nature where you draw inspiration for your like animations and short films
Oh
and
yeah.
art? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I mean, nature is the starting point for everything. Yeah. And like even this is nature. This is made of cotton. Ideally, I don't know. Maybe it has some elastan, but cotton. So everything is nature. Yeah.
That's a good point. That's like a really good way to think about things around us.
You cannot escape it, and you maybe you wouldn't want to. Nature is quite cool.
Definitely. Yeah. And with that, we may be nearing the end of our episode.
Okay.
So I have final 5 questions for you. Feel free to answer as long as or as short as you wish.
Okay.
So, how do you keep your cultural roots alive?
I I exist. I
Okay.
guess. Yeah.
Okay,
I guess.
Colombianita in Ostrava, right?
But I guess by me being Colombian and having my memories, not yet having Alzheimer, that's how I keep them alive, just by existing.
Good. And maybe like you know creating your art and stuff because you said that it has a direct link to Colombian folklore, right?
Right. I mean, genetically speaking, I gotta have some indigenous blood, but I am not of indigenous culture, right? So I was not in an indigenous zone or anything like that, but I really appreciate it. Just so beautiful. So I love, for example, there's this the Gold Museum in Bogota, and there are many gold museums in Colombia, but the one that is the most impressive for me is the one in Bogota, where they have all these sculptures and jewelry from indigenous communities before the Spaniards arrived. And it's just so beautiful. So of course I take a lot of inspiration from that.
If your time in Ostrava or the Moravian Silesian region was a movie or a song, or in your case, an art piece, which one would it be?
I mean, life is complicated to reduce it to a film or a movie, or the same, or a song. But something that comes constantly to my mind because my Czech is okay, it's not great, right? So all the time I feel like screaming, like so. There's this scene in Modern Family when Sofia Vergara, which is also Colombian, she screams like, "You don't know how intelligent I am in Spanish." So sometimes I want to scream, "You don't know how intelligent I am in Spanish or English," but definitely in Czech I'm a troglodyte, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I see. And maybe another question: what makes you want to call Ostrava your home?
I'm still looking. Yeah, like Ostrava is. I don't want to be that person, but like there's this script writer. She said like it's not the script writer. It's a character from The Girls, a series, and she says. I'm not the writer of a generation. I'm a writer of a generation. So that's like a diplomatic way of saying like maybe it's not my
Yeah.
home, but it's a home.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
I'm still looking for that. And this is a home for now.
Yeah, I think this is a good answer. Like nothing to not be like nothing too afraid of saying, right? Because so far in all of our episodes, it's the people that make our expats feel at home. Like the community of people that they have around them. But you being open to like other countries, other cities is it's also very nice point. Like being an expat, not
Yeah.
the expat. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You wanna share your special hidden gem in Ostrava, maybe?
Right, yes. Okay. Okay. So maybe it's not hidden because I've seen a lot of people there. So there's this place called Levne Potraviny, which is a place where they sell heavily discounted. It's usually food, heavily discounted things like sometimes more than 50% because they're about to expire or already expired. Some of them are like 4 years expired. It's crazy, but I mean, that expiration date is not the law, right? Like some people, it's not a precise date, so you can also eat something. You just have to use your eyes, your nose, your mouth to determine if you can eat it. So in this place, it's very interesting because there you see all kinds of people. If you go at noon, you will see maybe some discussions out loud, raising their voices. And there's also it's like a treasure hunt. You go there, you never know what you will find. You can find something from Korea or from Japan or from Mexico, or like I found varushki from Netherlands. It was very interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's so if you want to save some money and also do some treasure hunt, Levne Potraviny. It's not fancy. It's not something you will put in your Instagram, but it's very interesting.
But it's adventurous. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
definitely. Sounds good. And speaking of adventures, do you have any tips for a trip to Colombia?
Yes, 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 yes. Colombia is huge and it's so beautiful and there's so many. As I said, you can if you want jungle, you can go to the Amazon. If you want mountain, I mean, Colombia is a huge mountain. Like 70% of the population lives in the mountains in the Andes. But the last thing I visited and I thought it was magical is the Tayrona Park, Tayrona National Park. So it's beach with blue water and gold. It feels like you're swimming in glitter because they have, I don't know if it's called fool's gold or mica, but it's some mineral. It's not really gold, but it looks like gold. So it's just magical. And you have the beaches, but you immediately have the the jungle because that's what I like. I don't like beaches that are like sea and then sand forever and then you just become a grilled chicken under the sun. No, I like sea, a little bit of sand, and then beautiful jungle, and that's Tayrona National Park. Yeah, and you have to walk. Like you can go with car until a point, and then you walk, and that's good. You need to earn that beautiful sea.
So it's worth it. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Perfect. I really like that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you, Natalia Aguilera Lopez, for joining me today.
You're welcome.
And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. So goodbye. This podcast is proudly brought to you by Ostrava Expat Center with the media partnership from Magazine Patrio.